Hello there, here's Bruno again. You are watching Ink and Words. Welcome back. We are here today to talk about the book Neuromancer. Just let me tell you guys a little story first. Some years ago, I saw in a library in a shopping mall a book with a very interesting cover. I was intrigued by the cover, but I didn't buy it. And that cover was cooking in my mind until 2 years ago. I was walking in a second-hand bookshop here in London, Ontario. Free ad here. Attic Books on 240 down the street. And then something hit me. You know, that cover that I saw years ago. So I asked the sales girl if they had the book. And for my pleasure, they had a copy. Not the same cover, but who cares? And on that day, my journey through a city whose sky was the color of a television tuned to a dead channel began. I guess sometimes we can judge the book by its cover. Neuromancer was published in 1984 by Ace Book. The novel was written by American-Canadian writer William Gibson. The book is considered one of the first and one of the best stories in the cyberpunk genre. It won the Nebula Award, the Philip K. Dick Award, and the Hugo Award. And I have to say that it's really impressive because Neuromancer was Gibson's debut novel. Let's talk about the book. The story of Neuromancer, it takes place in Shiba City. You know the type. Mega corporations are the real owners of everything, and they govern everything and everyone with iron fist. A super high-tech world where transhumanism is the law, and you are as good as your implants. Here we'll follow the story of Henry Dorset Case. He is our anti-hero in the story. You know, a cool guy, smart, young, and full of need. And of course, addicted to drugs and the cyberspace. Casey is a low-level hustler in Shiba City, Japan. He used to be a talented computer hacker and a console cowboy, but he was caught stealing from his employer. And as punishment, Casey's central nervous system was damaged. Now he is unable to access the virtual reality data space called the Matrix. One day, Case is approached by a mercenary and augmented razor girl called Molly Millions. She works for an ex-military officer named Armitage. Armitage has an offer.
An offer he couldn't refuse.
The offer is to cure Case for his service as a hacker. Of course, Case agrees with that and his nervous system is repaired. But always remember, kids, there is no such thing as a free lunch. So, sacks of poison are placed in his blood vessels. If Case completes the job, Armitage will have the sacks removed. If not, they will burst and cripple him again. Case and Molly steal a ROM module that contains the saved consciousness of one of Case's mentors, the legendary cyber cowboy McCoy Polly. A little spoiler here. After that, Case and Molly discovered Armitage's former identity. He was a member of Operation Screaming Fist, meant to disrupt Soviet computer systems.
Red alert, red alert, red alert.
You crossed my line of death!
You haven't dismantled your MX stockpile.
Pakistan is threatening my border!
That's it, Buster. No more military aid.
Nuke 'em. Get them before they get you. Another quality home game from Butler Brothers.
Yay! Cold War paranoia! Armitage was the only survivor of the operation. The group goes to Istanbul to recruit more people for this new operation. And I can say here, we are going to recruit
the cream of the crop.
a sociopathic, thief, and drug addict. Now Case and his colleagues go to Wintermute, an artificial intelligence created by the Tessier Ashpool family. This family spend their time in cryonic preservation at Freeside, a cylindrical space habitat which functions as a Las Vegas-style space resort for the wealthy. And from this point on, as if things were not already complicated and difficult enough, they are going to get even more difficult and crazy. I don't want to give you spoilers, this is not the idea of the channel. So all I can say is that from now on, the plot gets thicker. From here I'm going to give you guys some personal thoughts about the romance. Gibson gives us a super complex, interesting and vibrant world full of great characters. The characters are rich and have complex backgrounds and stories. By any means they are one-dimensional. Even small characters with just a few moments in the story can be seen as a well-developed persona. You can almost see why they are acting like that and their views of the world that surround them. The story has a little bit of everything: action, romance, imagination. I could go on for hours and hours, but I think that one of the most important things in the novel is how Gibson depicted the Neuromancer world. It is so detailed, alive, and I dare to say, so palpable. It is us. I mean, it's our world. It is how our society is evolving. We are trying to buy more time in this world, with new gadgets and new technologies to improve ourselves and make our lives easier. Sometimes, even when we don't need it. Try to stay away from technology for a day, away from your computer. Even better, away from your smartphone. In a few hours, you are going to feel almost naked. Or even worse, almost as if something is missing from your body. In Neuromancer, we can see the seeds of what would be the cyberpunk culture in books, comic books, games, TV, films, and fashion. We can see the Neuromancer in, for example, Ghost in the Shell, the manga and the anime, the movie Matrix, and in the tabletop set and video game from Cyberpunk 2077, just to list a few. All these incredible stories drunk from the source of Gibson's book. Well, even Gibson took sips from the fountain in the movie Blade Runner, for example. Neuromancer is a product of its time. The book is amazing and super fun to read. Maybe this is why it's so worshipped and influential to this day. So, for William Gibson's Neuromancer, I give 5 ink cartridges. What a book, guys. But please, don't take my words for granted. Go read.